Alabama football practice is underway, and the guys will be back on the field today as Alabama gets ready to open up the season at the end of the month. We're going to talk about some players we're excited to see under this new Coach DeBoer system, preseason watch list, which a lot of Alabama players have high expectations. And how about the number one consensus overall player in basketball with Alabama in his top picks as far as potential landing places? That and more right here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Great for hanging out anytime right here with you guys. And by the way, hope you're having a fantastic weekend. And I want to tell you this from the bottom of Brett's heart, my heart, everyone out here's heart. Roll Tide! There he is, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy they know as Big Sexy Elmo, Mr. Brett Elmore, on the show today from Walker County, Alabama. How you doing, Brett? Good to see you.
I'm good. Good morning to you, and hope you're doing well. Wish everybody a happy Saturday morning. The Crimson Tide will hit the practice field this morning at 9:20. They'll do that today and tomorrow, as they took an off day yesterday.
Love the early mornings because that means we get our job done a little bit earlier because they talk to the media and all that stuff gets finished by lunchtime or around then. So I'm excited about that. Now, what I want to know from you, and I asked you this off the air, probably should have held it for on the air, but who, as of right now, I mean, we're talking about not one whole week of practice yet, but who are you most excited to see under Coach DeBoer 2024? That's the year we are right now.
I would have to say Jalen Mbakwe.
Oh, yeah. Great chalkful. 5-star.
Yes, a 5-star. And when we were out in, I think we were at Pearl River. I was at a gaming table, and of course, we kind of talk about where we're from and everything, and there was a couple there, and he played on their team, Mbakwe. It's like, our boys at Mbakwe are going to be great, and I was like, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Because I got, and I told you yesterday, I got to see him play in person as my Jasper Vikings played them. But yeah, I'm excited about seeing him just because that Alabama secondary, we talked about it yesterday. That's a question mark for us. And it was really good because Womack yesterday talked to the media. And one of the things he said was, and I quote this, I think one of the biggest intangibles of playing the defensive back position is playing with an edge and having confidence in how you play the game. And anyone who has watched Jalen Mbakwe in the last few years of high school knows the way he plays the game. But the strides he's made from spring ball to right now, I would argue that he has made as many strides as anyone in our defense, end quote. Now, that's encouraging to me. So that's what gives me a little bit of excitement on that defensive side of the football. And I would say probably the second one is Keon Sabb.
Yeah, Sabb's the guy that transferred from Michigan, so he was part of the national championship team. Helps out that safety spot, right? Because you put him in there with Malachi Moore, who I'm excited about watching. And you're right, Sabb and Moore give you a little bit of stability on the side of the football that I'm a little concerned about. Now, there's some of you guys in the comment section are like, man, you don't need to be concerned, man. I mean, look, I'm going to be concerned. I mean, I'm an Alabama fan first, right? And when you see all those guys leave, I would love to come back and say to you guys, hey, man, I'm blown away. But I feel like the transition from the transfers, on the corners, whether it be Damani Jackson, or Jones to transfer from Wake Forest to Mbakwe, Xavier Brown, and those guys at the cornerback spots, talent-wise, is going to be really important. And then we talked about this yesterday. You got to get a pass rush, but I'm excited about Mbakwe too. The guy can do so many different things on the football field. That's a good one right there, Jalen Mbakwe. Now I'm gonna tell you mine, Brett, and I'm gonna start with one that a lot of you guys are going to be like, well, let's not come on, Nick. I mean, that's what are you talking about? The guy that I can't wait to see, and you're not going to believe this, or maybe you will, is Jalen Milroe. Yeah, I want to see Jalen Milroe. And the reason why is I felt like last year we kind of got a piece of what Jalen Milroe can do, right? We saw it against LSU. We saw it against Georgia. But I felt like the short-range passing game wasn't good enough. I felt like his footwork on certain passes wasn't there. The guy works really hard. I feel like he's going to have a very good offensive staff, one of the best offensive staffs that Alabama's had, because Nick Saban was kind of the defensive guy, and then we would get other guys in. Lane Kiffin, as good as he was as an offensive coordinator, was as bad as he was, kind of with his immaturity off the field. I love Steve Sarkisian. I mean, you can go back and look. Mike Locksley was good, but I feel like this is going to be stability here that Alabama's going to have that's really going to lead them as far as this quarterback spot. So I'm really curious to see how he improves. And I feel like the quarterback position is so important these days that there he is right there. Look at that. I feel like it's one of those positions that you have to have a good one now to win. And I'm excited about seeing him first. Now, my second guy is also on the offensive side of the football. And this one's not going to surprise you at all. It's Hollywood Ryan Williams. I want to see him. I know he's just going to have to learn. I mean, you got to learn how to run routes a little crisper. You got to learn how to, communicate with the quarterback, read defenses. He's a young guy. I remember he's supposed to be a senior in high school. And now he's at Alabama. But the guy has amazing ball skills. He's also very elusive and quick. And depending on how fast it takes him to transition to being comfortable and confident on the football field, I think really is going to tell us how good he can possibly be early on. And remember now, Julio Jones was older when he came to Alabama because he played, his senior year at Foley. Like, this is a different deal where Williams was supposed to be in this year's 25 class, right? But he decided to characterize. Is that the term I'm looking for? I don't feel like it is. But anyway, reclassify. Thanks, Brent. And then Alabama's got him. So I'm excited about those two guys.
I am too. I am too. And like I told you, I thought that Jalen Milroe would have a chip on his shoulder coming in. And look at Coach DeBoer. He's just trying to knock those balls right out. Good job, Coach. Yeah. Those two guys. I'm just interested to see, Mick, the full team come out and let's play football, man. I'm just excited.
All right, you love this stuff. Preseason watch list. Throw it at us and let's chew on it for a second.
A couple new ones on some watch lists, and they're in very important positions. I love special teams. I was watching the NFL preseason game on Thursday night. What in the hell are they doing? Did you see the kickoffs and stuff?
They've changed the rules, Brett. They've changed the rules.
Look, let's just throw it all out the window. This is just ridiculous. I mean, it really is. It's ridiculous. They're gonna. God. Anyway, nation's best place kicker goes to the Lou Groza Award, and of course, we know about Graham Nicholson. He was named to the watch list yesterday. Alabama's never had a winner, but they have one on the team right now because he won it in 2023 with Miami of Ohio. And then the punter of the year, the Ray Guy Award. Alabama's never had a winner there, but James Burnip is named to the watch list yesterday. Some other ones, the Warfel Trophy, that's the most impactful community service leader. Tim Keenan III was added to that watch list on the 1st, Barrett Jones won that thing in 2011. The Thorpe Award, Malachi Moore was named to the watch list earlier in the week. Most outstanding DB. And, of course, our last winner was Minka Fitzpatrick back in 2017. The Nagurski Award, the best defender, Malachi Moore and Deontay Lawson on there. Last winner was Will Anderson. Remember, he won it twice, 2021 and 2022. The Outland Trophy for the best interior lineman, Tyler Booker's on there, Brailsford's on there, Tim Smith's on there. Of course, the last Alabama winner was Alex Leatherwood in 2020. The Patrick Manley Award, the best long snapper in college football. That guy gets no love, Mick. I mean, the long snapper. Neelan Hibbett was added to the watch list this past week. Thomas Fletcher won it in 2020 for Alabama. And finally, the Maxwell Award, the best player in college football, Jalen Milroe, added to the list. Of course, Bryce Young won it in 2021.
All right, let's win some of these awards. Normally, when you win on the football field, you win those awards.
Right.
And that's kind of what we're hoping for right now. Now, switching gears to basketball, Nate Oats just continues to keep his name out there. And Alabama basketball's program right at the top. And here's the number one overall consensus player in the 2025 cycle, AJ DeBansta. And he has Alabama listed as one of the teams that he's considering going to.
Yeah, DeBansta, the number one player in the cycle. So he's really, really good.
He's
his
impressive.
top 7, Alabama, Auburn, BYU, Baylor, Kansas State, Kansas, and North Carolina.
So pretty big list still.
Yeah, pretty big list still. There's no timeline for his commitment, but he's not only considered to be the top overall player in the rising senior class, but he's also considered by many draft analysts to be the best current NBA prospect in the country, high school or college. So this guy, he may go pro. He's 6'9", 200 pounds, has a wingspan of over 7 feet. This guy's a player, and we'll keep an eye on him.
Wow.
But the decisions on these players, probably the top players for 2025, that's going to start happening in early fall for basketball. So, but we're still, we're on the list for a lot of these guys, and that's it. Fun to see, and we like to talk basketball here because it's so important.
Yeah, because we're actually winning.
Yeah.
Guys, before Brett takes over, look at that right there. Beautiful crimson and white 2025 fine art calendar. Daniel Moore, if you use the promo code, it's so easy to do. The promo code Bama Tailgate, you get a Daniel A. Moore signed calendar. So that's it right there. You can see where he signed it on the side. So you'll have a hand-signed calendar. When you go to checkout, use the promo code Bama Tailgate when you get your calendar. So I think it's pretty cool. I've got one of these at my house, and I'm just such a huge fan, and know a lot of you guys are as well. Why not have a keepsake? And look, it's Nick Saban. It'll probably be the last time Nick Saban's on one of these calendars. The legacy of Nick Saban, all the championship Nick Saban's pretty cool with the crystal football in there and the championship trophies holding. Celebrating after the touchdown that beat Georgia for the title in 2017. So pick yours up now, guys, and I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. Also, don't forget, we're brought to you by Pearl River Resort over in Philadelphia, Mississippi. That is, well, right over there, an hour and a half from Tuscaloosa, 2 hours from Birmingham. And as I hang out with you today from Mississippi, they got Dancing Rabbit Golf Course. People here were asking me about that today. You can go to the sports book at Golden Moon, put down $50. You can play Dancing Rabbit without a membership. You just go in there and play at $40. So it's the Augusta that you can play, and really fantastic golf course. Clubhouse is nice as well. It's a really fun place to go if you're into golf. Also, Geyser Falls, hot weather. You want to get out and enjoy. Maybe you got the family in town and they want to cool off. You can go over there. You go golf. Also, table games and slots at Silver Star Golden Moon Casino. Great acts. Brett and I went and saw Boys to Men earlier this year. But they've got some other wonderful acts coming up. Rodney Carrington, the comedian, is going to be there real soon, too. And then the fall lineup's about to come out. I know who it is. I'll let them announce it, and then I'll tell you guys about it. But trust me, a couple acts, if you're a country music fan, you're going to want to see. All right, when we come back from this quick timeout, brought to you by Pearl River Resort, then Big Sexy Elmo takes the stage.
Escape to Pearl River Resort. They call him Big Sexy. Coming at you from the Walker County. Jasper is his hometown. He's known for giving free rundowns. Oh, Big Sexy. Throwing out those Alabama thoughts. Sneaking out your mom's window without getting caught. It gives you the XPs, but Big Elmo is here to please. Big Sexy Elmo on the Bama Tailgate Show.
Where is he? Oh, back again.
There I am. Special shout out to Chris Thompson. Met him night before last, I think it was. Watches the show every day. Ran into him at the store, and he said, "Uh-oh, there he is." I was like, "Oh no!"
He was a Big Sexy Elmo fan.
But no, shout out to him.
Star of this show, man. I mean,
I told him, I said, "I'm going to give you a shout out," and but no, I appreciate it. Nice.
Do it.
Let's see. Celebrity birthdays for this third day of August. Actor Martin Sheen is 84 today.
Yeah, best thing he ever did was Charlie Sheen. 2.5 Men, Major League.
Wait a minute. Is he dead or is he still alive?
I don't know. Charlie Sheen's still alive, but that's his dad, right? Martin Sheen.
I think Martin Sheen. Didn't Martin Sheen die? Trying to think. Charlie Sheen, I'm surprised is still alive the way he has lived his life. Of course,
he's
no
still
judgment.
alive, man. Don't try to kill off Martin Sheen. He's still alive.
Okay, all right. Well, good. All right.
Yeah, great
anyway.
actor though. Badlands, he was in that one. He was in Francis Ford Coppola's Vietnam War, Apocalypse Now.
Oh yeah, that's great.
California Kid, Gandhi, Wall Street, Gettysburg, American President, Catch Me If You Can. I mean, Selma, you know about that place.
Oh yeah.
The Amazing Spider-Man. So the guy's been around. He's been around.
Yeah, great actor.
Are you a fan of Charlie Sheen? Were you a 2.5 Men fan?
Look, dude, Charlie Sheen. Yeah, he's great. And I tell you what made me. I was a fan. He had his troubles and the whole 9 yards. And when the tornadoes hit Tuscaloosa,
that's right. I forgot about that. He came
and he helped. And that made me an even bigger fan.
Forgot about that. You know what? I did forget about. I forgot all about that. Yeah.
Yeah. He
raised money.
Yes, he came and helped raise money, and he got out there and helped, and it was a great thing to see. My dad actually. My dad was a Charlie Sheen fan, but my dad had an opportunity one time to interview probably one of the best interviewers ever in broadcasting, Larry King.
Okay.
And I still have the recording of it, and it was about Larry's new book, but that he had out, and he asked about Charlie Sheen and brought that up, and Larry King was a huge fan of the Sheen family. And he thought that Charlie got a bad rap, and maybe he did. I don't know.
No, it seemed like maybe he might have done a few too many drugs.
Yeah,
but I liked him anyway.
But I like the guy. Yeah. Martha Stewart's 83 today.
I know. What's the weirdest thing is like Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg are like buddies. Have you noticed that? It's pretty funny.
Yeah. I mean, and how funny is it? The Snoop Dogg's like, he's like
Olympics.
He's at the Olympics and he's like the official mascot of the USA.
Why not? I mean, really.
You know, he carried the torch, and Snoop's getting up there in age, and Snoop's going to be like the cool. Right now, he's like the cool uncle you have, but he's just a little bit away from being the cool grandpa you have.
Okay.
You know, I'm a Snoop fan. Mick, I don't want to put you on the spot but would you if you met Snoop Dogg, you know, would you smoke a joint with Snoop Dogg?
What do you think? What kind of questions that? Come on, Brett.
I've never smoked, and I would smoke one with Snoop Dogg. I mean, because then I'd be like, of course.
Somebody. And that would be funny. See,
no, man, that would be like
Snoop would give you
would have made it.
The ickiest.
Yeah, you would have made it. I mean, that's why I say, look, I would do it. And you folks out there who criticize or say something about it, let me tell you something. If you were given the opportunity, just one toke, with Snoop Dogg, it would like be the story of your life. And you know it. Don't even lie. Just don't give me any grief in the comment section because you know you would. Singer guitarist James Hetfield of Metallica is 61.
Yeah, I was listening to the radio yesterday, and they played "Master of Puppets," and I was all the Metallica. That was kind of like the beginning of Metallica, "Master of Puppets."
Yeah. But at the age of 61, you really don't headbang anymore. You head bob.
Yeah, right. Well, they're great. They really are a great band.
Let's see. If you're looking for something to celebrate today, today is, and I wish you this, National Friendship Day. Thank you for your friendship, and thank you to our viewers for your friendship. I feel like we're all friends here, and it's Friendship Day today.
Yeah, hey man, thanks for your friendship, and we do appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. If you make it to this part of the show, you are our friend. Just know that.
This is
Friends and Roll Tides.
Today is also Grab Some Nuts Day. and before you go losing your job, they're talking about the food. Don't be going around now. Mick, you're hanging out in baseball parks, and you're don't be going around grabbing some nuts, okay?
No,
I'm talking about peanuts.
No, I know. Well, I can eat peanuts, but any like the other kind of nuts, they're not really nuts though. Peanuts, they're legumes or something, whatever they call it. Tree nuts, I can't eat because I'm allergic to them, but they taste great. It's one of the worst things to be allergic to.
Yeah, really. Okay, but anyway, today is National Grab Some Nuts Day. And also National Watermelon Day. I love watermelon.
Man, I do too. One time we took my son to meet Santa Claus, and Santa Claus was like, "Hey, you know," he's like a little guy, and Santa Claus is like, and my son's eyes are big, you know. He's like, Santa Claus is like, "Hey, what do you want for Christmas?" And my son looked at him and he goes, "I want a new bicycle and a watermelon."
Great. I love it.
Santa Claus like, huh? And he goes, "Oh, bicycle and watermelon."
Could you imagine being a mall Santa? There's no telling what all you have to go through. And you know, the ones with, you know, that may be what I need to do is just go ahead and grow this thing out for Christmas. But the authentic ones, the authentic looking ones, they make a lot of money.
What if you were like that? You were Santa Claus in training. I mean, what if you just said, because I thought you were trying to be the guy that sings the country songs about having his feet in the sand and everything. You know, I was talking about that before.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We
You
went on
thought I
air.
was Zach Brown.
Yeah, but I get it now. You're doing Santa Claus. I think go for it, man. It's a great, like, 2 or 3 months you make a ton of money and then you just go to the beach the rest of the year.
Well, yeah, that's true. But what would end up is I would being like bad Santa on the movie,
You're too nice. You're too nice of a guy for that.
be bad Santa, you're out in the parking lot and I'm smoking a cig and drinking out of a flask or whatever, you have
You
to deal
don't
with
drink
these kids.
whiskey, so that you
Yeah,
might
that's true.
smoke.
I don't drink liquor. So, the timeline for today, it was this day 1492. He set sail for the ocean blue, as they said in school. Christopher Columbus with his 3 ships, the Santa Maria, the Pinta, and the Nina.
Yeah, right. And it's funny how some people are like trying to erase Christopher Columbus from the history books, Brett.
Yeah, I mean, but he
not according to some people.
well, I mean, he set sail, and but he was he was a very vicious person, though, and
you gotta be tough to sail the ocean blue back then.
Oh yeah, that'd be.
Can you imagine being on that wooden ship in the middle of the ocean?
Like, yeah, they're like, they don't even know if the world's round or flat. They're like, let's just go, everybody.
They're not looking at the app to figure out if it's going to rain.
Right? Yeah. They don't have the GPS, and they're just like, this sounds like something Mick would do. It'd be like, hey, let's load up on the boat. Let's just see where we go.
Yeah, can you imagine how many voyages ended because they ran into a hurricane or some vicious storm in the middle of the ocean?
Right, yeah, right. It's like, and then you get to the point to where you're like, I think I've made a big mistake.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by. I think I've made a big mistake.
It's too late.
1949, the NBA is formed.
Yeah, and look how popular it's gotten.
Yeah.
Since then, but I say it goes back to Bird and Magic, and then Michael Jordan. They kind of made the league, and then Kobe Bryant, and the NBA is all about the star players.
Yeah.
Think about it. It really is.
Speaking of Michael Jordan, a very sad 1993. Michael Jordan's father, James Jordan, found dead in South Carolina 11 days after he went missing. I remember that.
Yeah, me too.
And that was just a sad day because we kind of all knew that wasn't going to end well.
Yeah. Some just vicious critters got him. Some people that are in jail right now for a long time, and it's a shame because it was always cool to see Michael Jordan's dad and him and how their relationship, and you saw him a lot. You saw James Jordan at the games, and and when he won championships, and Jordan loved his dad and hated that man.
And that's a look at this day in history for this second day of August.
He left
our third day of August.
You ended on a sad note again, bro.
I know I did. I'm sorry.
At least you got your good shirt on today. I love that shirt.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep.
I get a lot of good comments about this. This would be the shirt. This would be the shirt I wore if Mick said, let's get in the boat and go that way.
See if we can get across the ocean blue.
That's right.
All right, guys. Comment section. Roll Tide, everybody. Bama back on the field. We'll be covering that right here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. And a Roll Tide.